Something is off in Tuscaloosa, and Alabama fans felt it the moment this transfer explanation came out. Cole Adams did not leave with drama, and that is exactly why this story deserves a closer look. He spent 3 years inside the program, stayed committed, contributed on special teams, and still chose to walk away for Vanderbilt. That alone gets attention. But the timing makes it heavier. This comes after an Alabama offense that showed real cracks in 2025, especially when the run game stalled, the pressure rose, and the system looked far less stable than fans expect. So this is not just about one receiver changing schools. It is about what players may be seeing before the public fully sees it. The details, the timing, the context, and even Adams' own words point to something deeper. The question now is simple, and it matters. Was this just a normal portal move, or the first quiet clue that Alabama is entering a bigger offensive reset than most people want to admit? Before we go deeper, make sure to subscribe and drop a comment telling where you're watching from right now. Every single one will be read. And one thing many people ask is how these news videos are made. Channels like this were monetized using simple formats just like this. If you want to learn how to create channels like this, there's an ebook in the pinned comment. Just click the link and check how it works. Cole Adams was never the biggest name on the roster, and that is exactly why this moment matters more than it seems. Because when a player like that leaves quietly, without noise, without controversy, it usually means the decision started long before anyone noticed. 3 full years inside Alabama, a player who stayed committed, who trusted the system, who did everything asked of him, and still, he walked away. Not emotional, not dramatic, just deliberate. That alone raises a question, not about the player, about the environment. Now look at the timing. This does not happen in isolation. Alabama's offense last season showed clear signs of strain. The run game struggled to establish rhythm. The play calling became predictable in key moments. And when the pressure increased, especially in the biggest games, the offense did not respond the way Alabama teams usually do. That loss on the national stage was not just a bad performance, it revealed something deeper. Drives stalled, adjustments came late, the flow was missing, and players feel that before anyone else. Cole Adams was not just watching games, he was inside the structure, in meetings, in practices, in preparation, seeing how things evolve day after day. A role player like him sees the entire picture, not just the spotlight moments. And when someone with that perspective decides to leave, it is rarely about one single factor. Then comes the detail that shifts everything. He said Vanderbilt caught his attention the year before, not during recruitment, not after entering the transfer portal, during a game from the opposite sideline. He saw something in that team, energy, identity, effort that did not change regardless of the opponent. That stuck with him. And that matters more than statistics, because players are not just chasing numbers anymore. They are chasing fit, direction, opportunity. And this is where the story changes. This is not about Alabama losing control. That is the easy headline, but it misses the real movement underneath. Alabama is not falling behind. Alabama is adjusting. A new system, a different offensive approach. A program redefining how it wants to operate moving forward. And transitions like this do not announce themselves loudly. They appear in small decisions first, quiet moves, subtle shifts. This is one of those moments. At the same time, college football itself is not the same anymore. The transfer portal changed the entire equation. Players no longer wait for their turn. They evaluate constantly. They read situations in real time. They move when they feel the window is right. And even elite programs are now part of that dynamic. Not because they lost power, but because the rules of the game evolved. Adams heading to Vanderbilt is part of that shift. A program that showed fight, that built identity, that proved something on the field, even when expectations were low. That contrast matters because it shows how players interpret opportunity now, not just through rankings, but through what they experience directly. And here is where things get more interesting. From a pure production standpoint, Alabama does not lose much. The numbers are modest, the role was limited, the depth remains strong, the talent pipeline is still elite. Nothing about this move changes the surface level of the roster. But this is not about surface level, this is about signals. Because when decisions like this start to repeat, when players begin to act based on what they are seeing internally, that is when a transition becomes real. Not in headlines, not in press conferences, but inside the structure. And Alabama understands this better than anyone. The response is already implied. Strengthen the run game, expand the offensive identity, develop new chemistry, elevate new playmakers. That is how elite programs operate. They adjust before the narrative turns against them. So this moment is not about panic, it is about awareness, a checkpoint, a quiet indicator that something is shifting, even if it is not fully visible yet. And historically, this is where Alabama has always responded best. Not when everything is perfect, but when something challenges the standard. That is when the program recalibrates and moves forward stronger. Now the question becomes unavoidable. Is this just another routine transfer in modern college football? Or is this one of the first visible signs of a deeper shift happening inside Alabama right now? Because if players are already reacting to what they feel internally, then something has already started. Drop your take in the comments. This is the kind of moment where different perspectives matter. And if you follow Alabama closely and want to stay ahead of what is really happening beyond the headlines, subscribe to the channel. Because the biggest changes, they rarely start where everyone is looking. And before we wrap this up, a quick shout out to someone who brought up a really interesting point in the last video. Bama29 said, "We have the defense. If the offense comes together, who's gonna stop Bama?" And that's exactly where this conversation gets even more interesting, because the defense has shown it can hold its ground. The real question has always been the offense finding rhythm, identity, and consistency. If that side clicks under this new structure, then this entire conversation shifts, not about transition anymore, but about dominance again. Appreciate that insight, seriously. And to everyone else who's been part of the discussion, even if your name wasn't mentioned here, your voice is part of what builds this community. Keep bringing those takes. Roll Tide now and forever.